Friday night finds us in the desert, home of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Verilux Lenses. Braves and Diamondbacks, game 2 of a 4-game set. Ronald Acuna Jr. and the Braves off to a scorching start. They are 5-2 after week 1 of this young season. And Nolan Arenado and the Snakes, 3-4 right now. Trying to get the bat going is the 10-time Gold Glove winner. Rich Waltz, Dontrell Willis, Heidi Watney joins us shortly. Both these teams, postseason hopes. Both these teams, powerful offenses. And the Braves showed it last night. 17-2 they beat Arizona.
Plenty of firepower on both sides, all-stars on both sides. And I love what you said, playoff expectation. Both these teams missed the playoffs last year. They expect to be back in the fold this year.
Best seat in the house isn't here, it's out in right field, because the two right fielders are terrific. Ronald Acuna Jr., back in 23, the MVP. Corbin Carroll that year, the Rookie of the Year. They've been going great since. The question for the Braves, can they keep Acuna healthy, and will his numbers approach what he did back in that marvelous season?
Well, the way he was bouncing at the WBC, I think it's all systems go, and he has to stay healthy. He's such a catalyst. Walt Weiss, we talked today, he compared him to the great Ricky Henderson. That's how impactful he is. And when you want to talk about speed, when you want to talk about green light, it's not going to be a green light, a red light. It's going to go all systems. I love the way he runs the bases. I love the way that he runs the baseball now. And Walt Weiss said defensively, when he started going the gap, you could tell that he's finally healthy.
Start of his career, many thought he'd be an all-time great. And you know what? Through age 27, I know Chipper Jones set the bar high for the Braves, but look at the comparison between the Hall of Famer and Acuna Jr. Corbin Carroll is listed at 5'10", but he's one of the most powerful players in this game. He was 3rd in the National League in slugging percentage. He showed that off against the Tigers on Monday.
He's another weapon. He also has to keep healthy. The one thing I love, plate coverage. Yes, bat-to-ball skills is there, but he can backspin the baseball with anybody. That's why he's led baseball in triples the last 3 seasons. You're seeing that type of speed at the top of the lineup. Also, if you make a mistake, Souvenir City, baby. And so I love all the tools he possesses. He's got to stay healthy all year for the Snakes to have a chance.
He's got speed, too. And there's another guy that's got speed that's doing kind of the same thing. The only players with 20 or more homers, 30 or more steals in each of the last 3 seasons, Bobby Witt Jr. And I think Corbin Carroll certainly is underappreciated across the game.
Great company in spaces of the game.
Speaking of great company, when we get back, Heidi Watney will sit down with a budding star for the Atlanta Braves. Their National League Rookie of the Year, their catcher, he's off to a great start, Drake Baldwin. When we return, Friday Night Baseball in Arizona.
It go boom, boom, bap, yeah, we got it like that. Kick drum, hit your whole body go crack. The baseline move, take it off of the map. We rock crowds every time we react. No time to sit, all my people's where you at. Deep in the groove, all you gotta do is dance. Gotta move, gotta shake, till the room break. Got the boom, got the bass, old school in the
sonic
place.
boom out of the ballpark. Braves win it. Corbin Carroll's reign of terror continues. Reservation for 4 at the Chop House. Michael's able to get another one. He robbed a homer. Diamondbacks win. Do you believe?
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Verilux Lenses. We are coming to you from a beautiful night here in the desert at Chase Field. The roof is open for a good matchup here between the Dbacks and the Braves. And this Braves team is rolling in the early going, and thanks in big part to reigning Rookie of the Year Drake Baldwin. Now, he is the first catcher to win the award since Buster Posey in 2010, and we know how his career turned out. Baldwin is just the 10th rookie ever to win the award, rookie catcher in MLB history to win the award. He's off to a great start this season. He leads MLB with 9 runs. His 8 RBI are tied for second. He's got more walks than strikeouts in the early going. Baldwin likely a big part of this team going forward, and the Braves have really set the standard for giving long-term deals to their young players they want to lock up. I asked Walt Weiss if he thinks this is the type of player the team would want to build around. He told me Baldwin is exactly that. His makeup and work ethic are impeccable. He's got a confidence about him this year from his great rookie campaign. He is not behind the dish tonight. A little bit of a break as the DH, though, batting second. So we'll see if he can continue his run-scoring streak to 8 straight to start the season. We're going to take a quick break here. We will be back with another former Rookie of the Year in Corbin Carroll just after this quick break.
Lourdes Gurriel Jr. And the D-backs cut the deficit. It's now 10-5.
Alex got a home run. Hold the phone. The Diamondbacks aren't done yet. It's a 3-run game. Marte the RBI, and it's a 2-run game.
Hold on to your horses here if you're D-backs fans.
Vargas up the middle, and it's down for a hit. It's 10-9.
Diamondbacks take the lead. It's a miraculous 7-run 9th inning. Atlanta has been stunned here at Truist Park.
One of the great comebacks last year, that Diamondback comeback. Largest comebacks in Diamondback history. That game against the Braves, the Dodgers in 11, and against the Brewers in 2008. Question is, can they come back from last night? They were beaten 17-2. Down below, Rookie of the Year, All-Star, he's done it all. Corbin Carroll with Heidi Watney.
Corbin, you are the only player in MLB to rank 90th percentile or better in barrel rate, sprint speed, and outs above average. So you've got power, speed, and defense. What are you most proud of?
What am I most proud of? That's a tough question. That's like asking favorite children. Yeah, I mean, I like it all. I try and do what I can to help the team, and however it shows up, it shows up.
You want to be a well-rounded MVP. I like it. All right, this team made a lot of moves this offseason to bolster the team. You've fallen just short of the postseason the last 2 years. What do you guys need to do to get over the hump?
Just need to play good baseball. Take it a day at a time, play good baseball, take care of the fundamentals, and see where it ends up.
All right, thanks, Corbin.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. Corbin Carroll, the Diamondbacks, wearing their Friday purple, kind of a turn back the clock, back to the Bob Brenly days.
I actually like them.
Gonzo.
Gonzo's my guy.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Oh, 81 degrees in Phoenix, D-Train. The roof, she is open here. And so, ready for baseball here. The women's Final Four is just down the road. That's going on here in Phoenix. So, crowd still filing in for this one. Don't get too many roof open games here, and when you get them, you really enjoy them here in Arizona.
Beautiful night tonight with my man Richie Rich. So you're welcome, Rich. You know I live in Scottsdale, so I said my man Rich is coming in town from Seattle. Gonna hook him up with some good weather.
And all I heard about was Rookie of the Years, right? In our Open, even Corbin Carroll. You were a Rookie of the Year, D-Trey.
In a land far, far away in a time long ago, but yes, back in the day.
Walt Weiss taking over his first year as the skipper of the Braves. He's managed before, 4 years in Colorado. Of course, an 8-year run as the bench coach for Brian Snitker. Some really great years. He's 62. He kind of brings a blend of the old school, kind of with the new metrics. He's got a relatively new and younger coaching staff as well. And the lineup that he put out there last night only scored 17 runs. Acuna, of course, in the leadoff spot, and very good in this ballpark. Drake Baldwin is scorching. He scored a run in every game. Albies bats alive. Olson, a big night last night. Austin Riley, a nice night last night. The versatile one, Eli White, is in left field. And the bottom third of the order for the Braves has been super. Dubon, Harris hit it hard, and Jonah Heim gets the start at catcher. And a guy that many of you saw starting in the championship of the World Baseball Classic, starting and beating Team USA, Eduardo Rodriguez.
Rodriguez found something the last 5 starts of last season, going 4-1, and that's pitch mix. We talked about it in the pregame show. Using all your pitches early so your fastball has the ability to play up. We're going to look at the arsenal. He doesn't have the velocity that he once was, but he still trusts and believes in his command of his four-seam. Up, down, left, right does not matter. The changeup and now the breaking ball, the change speed is going to be very important to stop this talented Braves lineup.
And Torey Lovello said that he thought working with Salvador Perez in the World Baseball Classic in his 2 starts has helped him with his pitch mix. That was StatCast powered by Google Cloud. This is baseball on a Friday night on Apple TV in the desert. For those of you watching us live on X, we'll have this live stream up for the entire first inning. Acuna, Baldwin, Albies, and let's get going here. The Braves are 5-2 on their first road trip, and they certainly started out great. A 17-2 win last night. And Acuna goes after the first pitch. Long run for Carlos Santana, and he's there, and he makes the catch.
Huge.
1 pitch, 1 out.
Huge first out. Jr. looks to be aggressive early in the count, got a fastball. Rodriguez did a good job of tying him up. Most power hitters want to get their arms extended, but Acuna Jr. has quick hands, beats him to the spot.
Dbacks defense, you got gold gloves on the corners, a lot of them on the left at third with Arenado. He has 10, and Santana has 1 just a couple seasons ago. Here is Baldwin, and Many times when you win Rookie of the Year, everybody expects you to follow it up with an even better year. And you know what? A week in, seems like he's doing that.
The bat-to-ball skills is there, the leadership. He seems wise above his years, beyond his years, excuse me. And hits to all fields, and so he's going to be a guy that's going to hit 280 to 300 every year because of that.
And he's getting on base, and he's scoring runs. He scored a run, as you saw, in every game so far. So that's 7 straight. That ties the Braves record to open the season. They'll check swing and a roller, and that's going to be a base hit. And so Baldwin is on a board with an infield hit, and that'll bring Albies to the plate. Ketel Marte trying to shovel that ball to first.
How you doing, Oz? You doing good, buddy?
Looks like Rodriguez got caught in no man's land. You're supposed to run a direct line across, but either way, even if he got to that ball, it's going to be very difficult to get Baldwin out. He was hustling out the box, using his momentum to get down the first base line. It's a line drive in the book.
7 of 8 games now Baldwin is hit in. Here's Albies. Everybody hit last night. Albies lines this one into center field. Thomas on a hop, and the Braves are in business, first and second, with 1 out here in the first.
Already seen the game plan of the Atlanta Braves lineup. They want to be very aggressive, not allow Rodriguez to get to the secondary pitches, whether it's the changeup or the breaking ball. They are hunting the fastball early and often. Fastball, inner half. Albies does a great job of just pulling the hands through and not trying to do too much.
In last night's win, every Brave starter drove in a run. 11 total Braves drove in runs last night in a 17-2 win. And of course, the game ended for the Braves as far as swinging the bats. The guy on the mound is now the guy behind the plate. James McCann, catcher, was essentially a soft pitch, softball, slow pitch softball pitcher to finish the game, and he gave up 5 runs on 7 hits. And Olson takes a strike. Olson last night, a double, a homer, drove in 3, and was 3 for 5. Got pretty good wheels out there right now for the Braves. And it's 2-1. Rodriguez followed up that great final in the World Baseball Classic on Saturday at Dodger Stadium, and he was really good. 5 innings, a run, and just 4 hits. Went 79 pitches. Olson rips it to right. That ball's deep. Carroll back, track, leaps, and he got it. Runner tags, Baldwin to third, but Corbin Carroll, who was a finalist for a Gold Glove last year, one of the elite outfielders in the game, gets to the wall and gets to the ball.
Love what Heidi asked him. What are you more proud of, your defense or your offense? And he says, I can't pick one. This is why. He's impactful. Love the route. He glanced to see where the wall was. He timed the jump perfectly. Good baseball at his finest all around.
So at the corners now, Rodriguez reaction. And Austin Riley is up. Knocked in a couple runs last night. Olson has just been barreling balls up since he stepped in the desert. And Rodriguez starts him with strike 1.
Both veterans right there. McCann, Rodriguez starting off with the breaking ball because he understands that the last couple hitters have hunted the fastball early in the count.
Little tapper. This could be trouble. Perdomo gets him. Eduardo Rodriguez pitches out of trouble with a little help from his friend. Corbin Carroll coming up. We're scoreless. bats really haven't gotten going yet. They have a terrific first four hitters: Marte, Carroll, Perdomo, and Moreno. Arenado trying to get going. Alec Thomas trying to get going. McCann gets the start behind the plate. Carlos Santana has just one hit and 20 at-bats so far, and Tim Tawa is in left field. For Jordan Lawler, Lawler hit his first big league homer last night and then got hit by a pitch, a broken wrist. He's out for 2 months. And Marte takes a fastball from Grant Holmes, and it's 1-0.
Very important for him to get strike one. Took the loss in Kansas City, but it got a lot of soft contact, was outstanding in spring training with the 1 ERA.
Thank you.
Marte 0 for 4 last night. Ketel Marte has been the best second baseman in baseball for the last 3 seasons. If you start at 2023 and look at his numbers, 3-time All-Star. Up the middle, Dubon shading, gets the out. All right, a lot of spin. What else has he got?
A fastball. Talked about it in the pregame show. You'll see it anywhere from 94 to 97 miles an hour. I love his slider. Sometimes it backs up, but the slower curveball and the change of very important pitches. You'll see him try to mix those pitches in once he gets comfortable with the fastball command.
StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Here is Carroll. And a swing and a miss.
Yep.
Carroll 0 for 3 last night with a couple of strikeouts. Coming off an outstanding 25, 31 homers, 32 doubles, 17 triples. And that's how you finish 3rd in slugging in the National League.
Bat-to-ball skills is elite, even though missing 2 of Grant Holmes' sliders that are nasty right now. Very difficult to pick up the spin, but he's definitely got some power.
Boy, he chases, and Holmes punches out Carroll.
See, that's what I mean. They're just not picking up the spin, the rotation. The depth change of that breaking ball is elite. It's not broke, don't fix it. Carroll does a lot of damage on breaking balls, especially sliders, so it's tough for him to lay off that pitch.
Diamondbacks last year were in the playoff race into the last week of the season. They didn't make it as Holmes misses outside to Geraldo Perdomo, and that's despite the trades of Eugenio Suarez, Josh Naylor, Merrill Kelly, among others. This is one of the reasons, this guy is one of the reasons they stayed in contention until the end.
It seems like Perdomo has gotten better and better the last couple seasons, more confident at the plate. The defensive metrics is there, but he can grind a pitcher down. Whatever Torey Lovullo needs him to do, he does it at a high level.
He was 4th in the MVP voting last year.
Led all NL position players with a 7.0 WAR.
Popped him up into shallow left. Eli White is out there tonight, makes the catch. Grant Holmes looks sharp. A 1-2-3 first into the second in the desert. Baseball, Apple TV, presented by Essilor. Learn more about Verilux XR series. Find your local Essilor expert today at Essilor.com. And brought to you in part by Meineke, doing car care right. Rich Waltz, Dontrell Willis, Heidi Watney, Braves, and Diamondbacks. Game 2, 4-game set. Big win for the Braves last night. Eduardo Rodriguez to Eli White. Versatile guy, finds himself in the lineup tonight against the lefty. Mauricio Dubon and Michael Harris to follow for the Braves.
Good take by White, but I love that sequence by Rodriguez, throwing the breaking ball early and also throwing that changeup, trying to get White to roll over.
You mentioned Salvador Perez working with him in the World Baseball Classic. There's maybe not a more respected catcher in all of Major League Baseball. And he guided him through both of those starts and really emphasized mixing pitches, using everything he had. And he evens the count at 2-2.
Well, Salvi's going to earn anybody's respect, but I don't assume there's a lot of shaking when he's game calling back there.
Soft roller, Perdomo got a quick release, and he got him. That was kind of a tweener. Arenado and Perdomo looked at each other. White gets down the line pretty well, and it's a close call at first.
Perdomo doing a great job in showing the arm strength to be able to get that bang-bang play. A little miscommunication, and you don't want to overrule a guy that has 10 gold gloves, but Perdomo felt like he had a better angle than Arenado and made the play.
That's a tight play right there. Mauricio Dubon. Little tapper right back to the mound. Rodriguez flips on over to first in time. Braves chose not to review that play at first or challenge that play. That was a key last night in that big 5th inning. The 8-run 5th. First it was Ozzie Albies who challenged a strike 3 call. It was actually a ball 4. And then the Braves challenged a bang-bang out at first base. It would have been an inning-ending double play. Braves won that challenge and then went on to put 8 on the board and blow the game wide open.
The catcher is challenging the pitch.
And on cue, here's our first ABS challenge.
I love the speed of the challenge. I love that the crowd is starting to get into it across baseball. I'm all for it.
Do you love that Michael Harris challenged with 2 outs in a scoreless game in the 2nd inning?
As we're talking to different teams, they have different structures of who challenges and who doesn't. But the one common denominator, they don't want any of their pitchers challenging. Which I took offense to that, but I also respected it at the same time.
Well, I mean, percentage-wise, and somebody does keep a challenge scoreboard on who's winning most of these. That one's fouled back to the screen. Catchers, when they challenge, 59% of the time they win. Hitters, when they challenge, 52% they win. When pitchers, as you noted, challenge, they're only winning 42%. So maybe that's why they're not getting the green light.
Love you, Rich.
In the air, that's Thomas, who is a gap-to-gap center fielder, makes the catch. Mike Soroka, former Brave, current Diamondback. He'll join us live in Phoenix. Braves fans will remember this guy, a first-round draft pick, a terrific 2019 season. He was second in Rookie of the Year voting. He was an all-star. Injuries kind of derailed things for a few years, worked his way back into the big leagues, and is a Diamondback now, and joins us now as Gabriel Moreno sends one out to right field. Acuna is there and makes the catch. Michael, welcome aboard. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Good. I know across the diamond you have friends in the Braves organization. They meant a lot to you as developing and getting to the big leagues. But a new start for you here in Arizona.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got Grant Holmes on the mound right now. He's a good buddy of mine. I was with him a lot in AAA in 23, working my way back, and obviously Riley right to my left here as well. Came up with him all the way through the minors. So. It's cool to play against them. Got to do it last year, and looking forward to tomorrow night.
Michael, Dontrell Willis here. Appreciate you coming on. Listen, out of all the adversity that you've overcome, what was the moment that you feel I'm back and I can do the things I did when I was an all-star?
I think last year probably did it for me a couple times. Just getting out there and doing it over and over again. Kind of worked back a little bit in the bullpen in 24 and. Didn't quite feel like I had to until the very end of that season, and honestly it was probably the last game of that year in 24. I threw I think it was 3 perfect against the Tigers to close it out at the very end of the year, and it's kind of felt back to where I wanted to be, and been chasing that for a while since.
Well, your first start was, I don't want to say immaculate, but it kind of was. You were terrific in 5 innings. I saw you in the World Baseball Classic as well. An immaculate inning. And had you done that at any level before in 9 pitches and 3 strikeouts?
Definitely not in professional baseball, no. I think I've done it.
Calgary Little League, maybe?
Yeah, maybe in high school. I can't quite remember, but yeah, definitely come close a couple times in the minor leagues, come to the last hitter and try too hard to get it done. And yeah, it's a pretty crazy thing, and very, very special moment for sure.
Eric Gagne is a good friend of mine, and he always wants to remind me when Team Canada beat the U.S. in this ballpark and what it meant to them in that locker room. How was it being on Team Canada representing your country?
It was amazing. I got to do it on the junior team for a couple of years, and you know, this year with the WBC, it was better than ever. Obviously, we advanced for the first time. There we go. Get down.
Arenado barrels one up, and Eli White makes a tumbling catch in left, and your buddy Grant Holmes has the first 2 outs here in the second.
Yeah, so the WBC was great. I mean, everybody saw the emotion that we were all playing with, and obviously would have liked to have taken down the USA again, but until next time.
Alek Thomas coming to the plate. Alek Thomas was in the World Baseball Classic. There's so many Major League players now that all played and all say that, you know, the experience was just incredible. Your starting pitcher tonight, Eduardo Rodriguez, of course, won the championship game. And I would expect that there are players falling all over themselves to get to the next World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, we're all excited. Like I said, obviously these guys right in front of me played for Team Dominican too. They had a great time. I don't even think you see me anymore. Thank you. They got the purple Gatorade tonight too. Yeah, it was incredible, and obviously for him to win the whole thing, it's such an exciting experience and so much pride. Guys have so much fun doing it. It's honestly a great way to start the year too. You feel kind of just rolling into a season of ready to compete.
I know you have a hockey background. How do you feel about the United States and that 3-on-3 back then? I get a smile from every Canadian that I talk to about it, so I can tell right now. What are your emotions about that loss in the final?
It was a tough one, but I guess once every 40 years we can let one go. But yeah, it was a really good game. There's such talented players on both sides. There we go.
Well played. Harris going back off the bat of Thomas, and he's got a lot of room out there and makes the catch. Grant Holmes.
Thank you. 2
scoreless. Michael Soroka, great to see you back and healthy. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Thanks for the visit.
All right, thanks guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Friday Night Baseball, Apple TV, presented by Verilux Lenses. With Dontrell Willis, Heidi Watney, I'm Rich Waltz. Chase Field in Phoenix. Gorgeous night. Roof is open. Temperature started in the low 80s, kind of dipped into the high 70s. And a scoreless start. Very different game than last night. The Braves a 17-2 win. Jonah Heim at the plate. And Heim takes a strike from Eduardo Rodriguez. The Braves have Heim. They have Drake Baldwin. And in probably 3 or 4 weeks, they'll have Sean Murphy. Murphy, a sim game on Wednesday. He's going to go on a minor league rehab. But to get here, they'd like, obviously, for him to not only catch 9 innings in a game, but also back-to-back games of 9 innings to make sure he's ready. Heim lifts that in the air to left field. Tawa is deep, and he's there, and he's got it. All right, let's take a look at our pitching decisions presented by Sage, in case you wonder what an immaculate inning looks like.
9 strikes in a row. Mike Soroka is absolutely outstanding. You're seeing the movement, the depth change. Yes, he has a nasty sinker, but that breaking ball, ooh, check that baseball, because that ball's not supposed to move like that. But this is what I mean. This is what he looked like in all-star form when he was healthy. So big expectation for him this year.
Second time through now for the Braves against Eduardo Rodriguez. Acuna popped out. Baldwin is on deck. Atlanta had 2 hits and 2 base runners in the first, but Austin Riley bounced out with 2 outs to end the inning, and Rodriguez misses away. One of the things about Rodriguez and his start against Team USA, the Diamondbacks had a little bit of influence in that start. Swing and a miss by Acuna. In that start, he was either going to start that game, the championship game, or come back to spring training and start, so he would stay on turn.
Back-to-back change-ups. Love that arm speed, committed to the pitch, but very important, especially for an organization like the Diamondbacks that have been in trouble, especially on the mound with injuries. They wanted to get him off to a good start and really continue last season when I talked about the end of the season. So love that they're on the same communication basis to say, hey, we want to keep him on that same sequence plan because he's going to be very important. And Torrivello said it. He said, thank God that they did, because so far so good that the rhythm has continued into the regular season.
His first 3-ball count of the night, a 3-2 pitch. In the air to right field. Carroll going back, and he's there. And this time he doesn't have to climb the wall. He makes the catch. A look at the weather report presented by Ricola. Better than Kansas City. 79. Well, that's 82 to start with. And a little bit of wind. But Chase Field, which is undergoing a lot of refurbishments and a lot of upgrades. Here's Baldwin now. Baldwin had an infield hit. One of the upgrades.
We got to call a game from the pool one time, Richie Rich. You know people in high places.
That would be an upgrade. Roller to the left of Marte. Sets the feet on to first. Eduardo Rodriguez is in gear. This game's scoreless.
Welcome back to Friday Night Baseball on Apple TV, presented by Verilux Lenses. A beautiful night here at Chase Field, where we've got two right fielders in this game that are top 5 for the MVP odds. Ronald Acuna Jr., who won the award in 2023, and Corbin Carroll, who was Rookie of the Year that same season. Now, both are healthy now. Walt Weiss told me that Acuna is like a bull that's ready for the door to open. Now, he may not swipe 73 bags like he did in 23, but fans can expect to see him more active on the base paths this year. And don't sleep on Carroll. He had 54 his rookie season. He's notched 32 stolen bases every year since, Rich.
And Heidi had an interview right before first pitch with you, and he goes out and makes an incredible catch at right field. I think you've locked down that interview for a while with Corbin Carroll. Next time you see him. James McCann at the plate. McCann getting the start behind the plate. Carlos Santana, Tim Tawa, bottom third of the order for the Diamondbacks. We're looking for their first hit against Grant Holmes. Can a fly ball towards the line. Acuna on the run is there, and he makes the catch. That was in fair territory.
Talked about his legs in the pregame show and the open. When you're feeling confident, that's how you run. When you're not confident or you're not feeling 100%, maybe that ball drops foul, maybe that ball drops in front of him. But now, Walt Weiss talked about, he's showing his legs, he's making the right reads, he's running the right routes. Love to see it, and that's why I feel like offensively, as the season progresses, he's going to be running the base as well.
Here's Santana, sharp ground ball to first, and Olsen flipped to the bag, and there's 2 quick outs. And going back to Acuna, Weiss pointed out there aren't many players in baseball history that have had 2 ACLs on one on each knee, and been speed guys, right, let alone anybody that's had both of those surgeries in baseball.
Also, you think that it's going to affect his power because you need your legs for your leverage for that power as well. So, but I think he's going to be just fine.
Here's Tawa, who's getting the start. Just an awful moment last night with Jordan Lawler getting hit, breaking his wrist after getting his first major league homer. He is a bright rising star for the Diamondbacks, Lawler. He'll be missed for the next 2 months. Tawa takes inside. Tim is out of Stanford. Got to the big leagues last year. 74 games, 7 homers, and hit just .201.
Very important to have that fastball of your Holmes. Love the velocity as well.
See the injuries that Arizona is dealing with. Merrill Kelly won't be long on the IL. Corbin Burns is probably in July, maybe mid to late July. And that's the biggest piece of the rotation that they will get back. So both these managers, Alfonso Marquez says swing. Both these managers are having to kind of piece together the rotation to later on in the season.
Well, that's what derailed both his team's seasons last year. A ton of injuries to key guys, not only offensively, but on the mound as well.
Good news for the Braves. Spencer Strider threw a bullpen today.
Good.
It went well. He's pretty close, probably a couple weeks.
Last year, it seemed like their whole rotation was down. I thought I was going to have to start bouncing some sliders in the dirt. That's how shaky it was. But health is wealth, and being available is key, especially for key guys that get in rhythm.
Tawa fouls it back. Spencer Schwellenbach, also a guy they're hopeful will mid-season comeback.
It's not just being available as well. It's also you need time to get in rhythm. You know, it's very difficult to be able to hit the ground running and be impactful. But they're going to have to because that NL East is very difficult.
2-2 from Holmes. Fouled at the plate. You saw Walt Weiss there. This is a really challenging stretch to start the season. 13 straight games. And Weiss said, yeah, I mean, everyone focuses on our starters, but the bullpen takes the brunt of a 13-game stretch to open the season. And so far, the bullpen's been pretty good. They're 5-2, and they got good bullpen last night.
Well, it helps when you score 17 runs. So, you know, being on the mound and obviously the offense goes hand in hand. And talked about it in the open that both these offenses have prolific. talent and ability.
Look at the change from last year. 0-7 face plant last year. 5-2 to start this year.
Great at bat by Tawa. Ran the pitch count up. Saw 9 pitches in that at bat. Fouled off some really good sliders. Showed the ability to roll over the lineup.
And so that brings Marte to the plate with 2 outs. And that's the advantage that many managers, the Braves have it obviously with Acuna. Diamondbacks have it with Marte. Slug in the leadoff spot. Marte slugged .517 last year, and he almost cuts himself in half with a big swing, and it's 0-1.
He tried to hit that ball to Tempe.
Last 2 years, 64 homers combined, a .374 on base, and a .539 slug. Ball's in the dirt, and it skips away. And the Diamondbacks have a runner in scoring position. Tawa, after a terrific at bat, working the walk, is in scoring position.
Tawa has a little bit of a threat to run. Holmes abbreviates the leg kick. Holds onto that slider a little bit too long, and for Heim, just couldn't knock it down and keep it in front of him.
Marte bounced out over the middle, back in the first.
Ooh.
Oh, Holmes has it. A rocket up the middle. Holmes didn't have to move the glove. Everybody exhale.
103 off the bat. Look what I found. Wow.
Friday night baseball. The Braves a hot start. And a terrific play by Grant Holmes. Scoreless still.
Time for a Sage manager interview. We have Torey Lovello here. Eduardo Rodriguez, we talked before the game. You said the sequencing has been the difference for him. He started off so well. What are you seeing from him tonight?
A lot of the same. You know, he and James seem like they're going hand in hand. He just threw 6 changeups in a row to Acuna, one of the best right-handed hitters in baseball. So they're pitching, and they're doing a really good job of reading swings.
Speaking of Acuna, we're getting quite the show in right field tonight. Your guy Corbin Carroll with a great catch in the first inning. What's the biggest part of his game that impacts your team?
Well, he's a student of the game. He cares about the right things. He's a great teammate. And then on top of that, he works as hard as anybody we have. And it translates every single day. There's not a wasted day. He's full of intensity, and he wants to go out there and help his team win.
Thanks, Torey.
Thanks, Heidi.
Thanks, Heidi. Matt Olson, Austin Riley. Olson lined out to right. That was the great play by Carroll. Swing and a miss there. And it counts 0-2. Eduardo Rodriguez really, really good against the Dodgers, and he looks sharp here after wobbling in the first.
You can see the mound presence, the conviction, the sequencing. Him and McCann are on the same page about how they want to slow down the hitter or speed the hitter up. So far, so good.
Hit hard, and Marte on to first. So the catch that Heidi was talking about, this was Olsen back in the first. And watch Carroll, one of the best in the business. He has not won a Gold Glove yet. He was a Gold Glove finalist last year.
He will. He will. Plays like that. As soon as the ball is hit, he glance to see how many steps he had before he got to the warning track, set up the rest of the play. Love what he said about this, taking it one day at a time. Being a better player and a better teammate and doing every can to win ball games.
Riley takes out. This is one of the biggest outfields in all of baseball to patrol. Coors Field, maybe Detroit are probably comparable. And this outfield covers a lot of ground. Since last year, they are third in all of baseball in outs above average. And when Jordan Lawler was out there in left, he's just as fast and has terrific range. But he's out for the next 2 months. Riley swings and misses.
Very important to structure a team. And if you can, build them to your ballpark. And so because the outfield is so wide, they have to be able to have the ability to go get the baseball with the best of them.
Two. That's strike three called. Man, Eduardo Rodriguez and Grant Holmes throwing zeros up there right now.
We have another Sage manager interview here with Walt Weiss. Grant Holmes, comeback, 105 miles an hour off the bat. Did you say anything to him after that?
No, that's just self-defense right there. But he's a good athlete, really good athlete.
How's he looking out there to you?
Good, yeah. Grant's got a knack for spinning the ball. He can really spin a baseball. So the slider, the curveball work well, and there's some power in the fastball. So he's been a good pitcher for us.
You were a bench coach for a lot of time under Snitker. Now you're in the manager's seat. What's been the biggest adjustment for you?
You know, it's just a position of leadership now. Before I was in a supportive role under Snit. And, yeah, so those roles are different. But I've been here before. and got relationships were established with this group. The core's been together for a long time, so yeah, it's a good group.
Thanks so much, Walt.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Heidi. Corbin Carroll leads it off. Grant Holmes matched up with Eduardo Rodriguez. Holmes, just 1 strikeout, 1 walk, some soft contact along the way. Misses outside. Some loud contact on that last out he got. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. This is a catcher's challenge. And that is a strike. And by the way, on that first ABS challenge, I got my wires mixed up. It wasn't Harris, it was McCann that challenged. So Carroll now at 3-1.
Looked like Heim wanted to challenge that one as well. Gave a little head tilt, like, it was close. I'm going to let that one go.
There's Perdomo now. It's a good example that in an age of everybody's chasing velocity, you've got 2 guys who aren't really upper 90s who are getting outs with good stuff. Here are the percentages that we talked about of overturned calls. Catchers have the best percentage, and those are the guys that the managers want rather than their pitchers, because pitchers are at 42%. Hitters right about 52. Carroll's back in. And that was Perdomo that called the timeout.
Calling balls and strikes behind the plate is very difficult, especially how the velocity now, the movement. But there's critical plays that you need to get right, and so I'm all for the ABS.
Carroll dives back in. 32 stolen bases last season. Carroll, according to StatCast and Baseball Savant, is the best base runner in baseball. At least he was last year. And that's taking an extra base. That's stealing bases.
Brown Holmes doing a great job thus far to vary his times to the plate, vary his hold. It's what you're going to have to do with a guy that's an elite base runner.
In the dirt, nice block by Heim.
But you also need to focus on Perdomo. This is a guy that can grind you down if you make a mistake. You hit one in the gap, but excellent block. Knew he had to bounce out because that baseball can be a couple paces in front of you. And if Carroll gets his momentum in second, he's still going to take that back.
Murphy's still on the IL. He and Heim are both Gold Glove caliber catchers. They both have won a Gold Glove.
Two engagements already, so now you're going to have to really be critical with your times and your variance to the plate.
There's your base running leaders last year. Counts 1-2.
Excellent take.
That's almost the same pitch that ended the Dominicans' run in the World Baseball Classic. Perdomo was left standing at the plate. Here's the 2-2. Drives that ball into center. Harris is there and makes the catch. And of course, Perdomo, our flashback end of World Baseball Classic. This is Perdomo. And there was Corey Blazer behind the plate who made the call. Perdomo wasn't happy there. But in game 2 of this season in Los Angeles, Corey Blazer was behind the plate. And the Diamondbacks were in Los Angeles. And when Perdomo came to the plate, a little hug, a little how you doing?
Pure class and professionalism. And that's all you hear about from management to teammates about Perdomo. This is maturity and his leadership and his growth. And love what he said after the post game. Hey, it's a tough job. You know, sometimes the calls go your way, sometimes they don't.
Moreno trying to punch that ball through the right side. He swings and misses. Counts 0-2. See the Braves alignment.
I'm out.
Perdomo told me before the game that Corey Glazer is one of the best umpires, one of his favorites. So he put his arm around him and he told him that he had gotten some pretty bad threats. And he said, these umpires are human. They're going to make mistakes, just like you and me and everyone playing this game makes mistakes. So he wanted to go over there and put his arm around him and make sure that he knows that he still supports him.
Yeah, and look, they had all the new rules except for ABS in the World Baseball Classic. And
they'll have it next time.
Yes, they'll have it next time.
They'll have it next time.
But he's right, and both managers talked to us about ABS and said, look, one of the things that it really has illuminated is how good the umpires are.
Yeah.
And how close those margins are on the calls. 1-2, he went around. That's a big strikeout for Grant Holmes. All right, back to the studio. Quick update. Russell Dorsey.
What's going on, Rich? Let's take you out to San Francisco, where Bo Bichette lines an RBI single into right center field. That's going to score Francisco Lindor. Also in this game, guys, Juan Soto out of the game in the first. 2-0 Mets.
Thank you, Russell. No score here in the desert. Arizona looking for their first hit. One of the best balls hit was Nolan Arenado on a line drive that Eli White caught at his knees in left field. That was back in the second. And Arenado is, as his manager said, grinding right now. He's just 4 for 22 to start this season. Coming off a year where he had career lows in just about every offensive category. 107 games with the Cardinals, 237 average, on base of just 289. 377 slug, just 12 homers. But new life here in Arizona.
Well, he's the first ballot Hall of Famer in my mind. Being able to barrel a baseball like he did his first at bat could get him going. And so he's very professional, very intense, wants to win. And so as soon as those base hits starts to fall, I think you'll see him on both sides of the plate be impactful.
That's a strike. You know, just looking at the Diamondbacks through week one, that's one area they're not getting any production out of their corners right now. You got Arenado at third base and a struggling Carlos Santana at first base. Santana's 1 for 21 to start the season. And one name has kind of been thrown around because of his incredible major league debut. The youngster Jose Fernandez, who had the 2-homer game to beat the Tigers the other night.
He's had some reps at first base in the minor leagues as well, but they're going to give him a little more leash as far as Santana and Arenado.
There he is.
Waiting to get his foot down once again.
Carroll has been anchored at first, and Arenado takes a big rip at a 3-1. Full count, and with 2 outs, finally Carroll will be on his way.
Arenado had some attitude on that swing right there. He was trying to hit that one off the scoreboard.
Holmes 3-2. Got him. Grant Holmes has been splendid tonight. 4 no-hit innings in a scoreless game headed to the 5th. The ABCs of ABS. Each club gets 2 to start with. You keep it if you are right. Pitcher, catcher, batter have to do it, and they got to do it immediately after the call. And no help permitted from staff or other players. Now, it was trotted out in spring training, but man, it has been in a week's play, just all kinds of interesting stuff with ABS. Ted Barrett, long time Major League umpire, joins us now. Ted, welcome to the show. What is your impression of ABS through week 1?
Yeah, hey guys. Yeah, it's been interesting as it's been rolled out. But as you mentioned, talking to the managers, I think what this system's doing is showing just how good these umpires are. And it's very interesting that you're going to see a lot of the younger guys who work this system in the minor leagues, and they're going to do very well at it. The older guys, it's a bit of an adjustment. This is different from the way they've been working. So what I think you're going to see is as you get into April, May, June, as the season heats up, you're going to see umpires get better and better at this. And you're going to see very few overturns. And the one you do see will be by extremely close margins.
Ted, I have one more to add to that. Here's Dubon coming up, and he takes a strike. Talked to Drake Baldwin yesterday about what the dialogue has been between umpires, catchers, hitters, even pitchers about it. And he said it's been interesting because, you know, both catchers, who are the guys that are challenging the most, and umpires are still figuring the strike zone out. Is that accurate, what you hear on your side?
Yes, the machine definitely, the ABS will call things a little bit differently than what's been called in the past. And so I think the catcher and the plate umpire are the ones that are really going to get dialed into it, which is why I believe they're going to get better and better as the season goes.
All right, thanks for dialing in with us. And hopefully we don't need you, but it's good to know that you're around if something goes sideways in this one. Thanks, Ted.
Thank you, guys.
I love what Ted said. You know, any rule adjustment, the players and the umpires will get used to it. We talked about how big it was that the bags were bigger, how much noise we made about that, and then now all of a sudden people are getting used to that. No DH anymore. Guys like me that like to hit made us think about that. Now we're used to it, and so more reps, people will get more comfortable, and the game will go on.
All right, here's Harris, who scorched one in the second, and that's nothing new. 6 balls in play last night. They left the bat at 102, 101, 103, 100, 111, and 111. And he was 2 for 6. Now this is Harris's challenge. The last one was McCann's.
Pitches the ball.
The other element is how good these catchers are at receiving pitches and making them look like strikes. And so, excellent challenge by Harris coming off his first 2020 season of his career.
I mean, look, there are so many positives about ABS. One of it is it takes very little time. It's immediate. And I love the illustration that you see in the ballpark in real time and that we see at home as well.
Excellent lefty on lefty changeup by Rodriguez. Harris saw a fastball previously, felt like he had it synced up, and then got a lefty on lefty changeup, a very difficult pitch to execute.
Harris had such a great second half last year. It really feels like he's recaptured that in the first week of this season. And if that's the case, that's huge for the Braves. Their core group, all the guys that were given those contract extensions. There was injuries. There were guys that struggled some last year. If those guys bounce back, there's no reason why the Braves can't score a bunch of runs all season long as Harris takes down low. And he's aboard. Heidi?
Well, you're talking ABS. Now, Walt Weiss told me, he talked to the team at the end of spring training, told them, you better be certain if you're challenging in a low leverage situation. It's less critical to be certain if it's a critical spot in the game. Torey Lovello said they told their team, if you know, you go, but do not make an emotional decision. They really want to keep one in the back pocket for late in the game if they need it, to use it kind of like a timeout. Take the momentum out of an at-bat or out of an inning, Rich.
Hey, Heidi, Dontrell's interested to hear what the manager said about pitchers.
Both of them told me no. They don't challenge.
It's not just me, D-Trey.
We're 4 for 4 on the season with managers saying pitchers do not challenge.
Heim to third, Arenado to second. I'm telling you what, both these pitchers, Eduardo Rodriguez and Grant Holmes, they're not blowing it by him, but man, are they pitching a whale of a game.
Well, so far, Grant Holmes has been absolutely outstanding in how he's done that. The pitch mix. You see he's getting swing and miss and soft contact all over the strike zone. Also getting these talented Diamondback hitters to chase balls out of the zone. The slider has been key, but he's also mixed in the changeup and the breaking ball and has a nice velo thus far.
Economy of pitches for both these guys. 58 for Holmes coming into the 5th. And he's handled the top of the lineup. Heck, he's handled the entire lineup, but in particular, the top of the lineup is the danger spot for the Diamondbacks. Little tapper. Thomas has good wheels, and Albies makes a nice play. And that's the first out of the 5th inning.
You talk about important players. Albies is one of them for the Braves. It seems like he's been on the line of Braves for 20 years. This is now his 10th year. He had patience. He did not panic. Even though Alec Thomas can get up the line fast, he knew how much time he had. He made that bang-bang play look very easy.
Now McCann. James McCann, 2nd year with the Diamondbacks. Pulls it foul. Backup catcher. He's had a really nice, long major league career.
13 years in the big leagues.
Was an all-star in 2019 with the White Sox. Always been known as a really good catcher throwing wise. His lifetime caught stealing is 32%. League average in that time 26%. And of course, with all the new rules, the league average has come down into the low 20s in terms of caught stealing percentage for catchers. Oh, 2. Acuna. And there's 2 outs. Formula One brings the heat to South Beach on Sunday with the Miami Grand Prix. Don't miss any of the drama, wheel-to-wheel action. It's live on Sunday, 4 Eastern on Apple TV, the new U.S. home of Formula One. Now, I don't mean to infer that you spend a lot of time in the pool that many of the great resorts, maybe the Clevelander on South Beach has.
Absolutely.
But you know, I'm sure you know the route, certainly for the route for the Miami Grand Prix. I mean, you've been there, you've done that.
I'm trying to get one because of our talented boss, Royce Dickerson, hooking me up to the one in Las Vegas. I already got a suit laid out for that and everything. I'm all in that F1 now.
That's just a shameless ask right there. Come on. I can get you in at the Clevelander. That's about as much as I got. Santana now, and the question for the Diamondbacks is how much does Santana have left in his bat? He turns 40 in a few days. Last couple years, a .230 average. Did pop 34 homers. Swings and misses there.
Him and Arenado look the same right now to me. And what I mean by that is their swing looks a little long. And so you're seeing them get attacked with the velocity at the top of the zone. But then their swing is too big to catch up or really barrel up the slider down.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Grant Holmes is absolutely filthy tonight. He is dealing. Problem is, so is Eduardo Rodriguez. To the 6th, scoreless. You can score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. Official jerseys, memorabilia, hats, hoodies. You've got the season covered. Scan a QR code. Visit MLBshop.com. Official source for your favorite team gear. Oh, love these. I mean, exact same pose. Love this guy. Martin Prado is one of the all-time great people I've ever been around. I was lucky enough to call a lot of his games when he was with the Braves, and then a short stop with the Marlins as well. Here's Acuna with a Drake Baldwin and Ozzie Albies to follow. And Eduardo Rodriguez misses inside. And the count is 1-0.
Third time facing Acuna Jr. Ahead in the count. Rodriguez has got to be careful. They're going to try to go in and tie him up.
That's a strike. Counts 2-1. Acuna 0 for 2, and he finds right field and rolls it that way for a hit. That's Atlanta's third hit. The Diamondbacks are without a hit here in the 6th, and Atlanta's in business to start this inning.
Great piece of hitting by Acuna Jr. Saw a couple change-ups in the previous at-bat, so he's looking to right field, elongates that swing. Understand there's a hole to the right side. Now this is a tough pitch. If he tries to pull it, it's going to be soft contact on the ground. Gets himself a base hit on the right side.
Now Baldwin. Ball's in the dirt. Heidi.
Yeah, guys, improving the running game was a focus for the Braves this year. They ranked 26th in baseball last season with just 82 stolen bases. Alex Anthopoulos went and got former Mets first base coach Antoine Richardson, who's credited with helping Juan Soto more than triple his previous career high. Richardson had the entire team running drills daily in spring training.
On cue, he's got the bag.
It seems like it's been a long time that slide caught him off guard, but I told you, Rich, it is green light. He's going to take good jumps. He feels comfortable. And he stole that base off Rodriguez. He knew he was safe and almost slid past the base. Got kind of caught up on the bottom leg there, had to hold on to the base.
1-1 to Baldwin. And he pops it back behind third into shallow left. Tawa comes in, out goes Perdomo, and he makes the catch. And Albies has to hold at second base.
Bottom leg gets tied up, so he has to roll over to his left side. So hold on.
It's Antoine Richardson. He's the go guy. He's the base running guru. And it's a, it's a relatively new staff with some energy type guys. Tony Mansolino, the bench coach. Richardson getting him running. One's fouled. Heidi, you got more?
Yeah, Acuna told me that Richardson's reads on pitchers' moves are really good. He is helping him a ton. Acuna told me he's going to get at least 40 stolen bases this season, guys.
Do we all agree probably not 73 like that record-setting year?
Well, he's going to hit a lot of baseballs in the gap.
Well, they'll take that, too.
Absolutely.
Albies has a hit. Acuna back. You got Olsen on deck. Braves had 17 runs last night. Scoreless duel here in the 6th. Eduardo Rodriguez following up his last 2 starts, which were terrific. Of course, the start against Team USA. And he had some spring work in between, but the start at Dodger Stadium was really good as well. 1-1.
Excellent slider down. Albies likes to go after that ball low, especially in RBI situations to keep batters off balance. That's a good pitch.
Taking something off the ball. He literally took something off himself. He dropped almost 30 pounds in the offseason.
Very important to be in good shape so you can repeat your delivery. And so being a bigger guy, you have to have that leverage.
That's the second disengagement out at second. Albies with the count 1-2. He was around 260 last year. He's 231 right now, and he added that curveball as well. Good lead at second. Back off the glove of Rodriguez, and everybody's safe. And the Braves are set up at the corners with one out, with one of their hottest bats coming to the plate in Matt Olson.
Yeah, that's one of those things as a pitcher you wish you didn't knock that down to take the steam off that, because Marte was right behind him to be able to get that out. 2 outs, a world of difference than having runners on the corners and one of their best power threats at the plate.
And of course, Olson nearly hit it out back in the first inning. Carroll, a leaping catch at the wall. Bounced to second back in the fourth. It's a mound visit with McCann out to lead the infield in discussion. Diamondbacks in a scoreless game. Going to have middle infield back playing for 2. Arenado is back at third. Albies at first. Acuna at third. Olson last night 3 for 5, a double, a homer.
The catcher's challenging the pitch.
It's a catcher challenge. It's powered by T-Mobile. By the narrowest of margins. Runner bluffs it first, and it's 1-1 to Olson. 5th year as a Brave. McCann looking into the dugout. He's out in front of the plate. He's used his timeout, and I think he's working pitch com right now to set up what they would do on a first and third steal.
Especially with two burners on the corners with Albies and Acuna Jr., you have to know exactly where you're supposed to be, especially if you hear motion. Looked like right there, Olson trying to hit the ball to the left side. He sees a big hole. Recognized mid-flight that was a slider down and away.
Infield still back. Rodriguez shaking McCann off. Albies active at first. Acuna's at third. Ooh, good pitch there. Olson on it, fouls it back.
Rodriguez got away with that one. That was more in Olson's nitro zone. Also, that ball is elevated. Situational hitting. Olson does not want to put anything on the ground. This is a changeup, lefty on lefty. Woo. That's why I'm here. I didn't get that baseball back when I missed like that.
1-2.
Good pitch, good take.
That's a swing. Malachi Moore at third base. And a big punch out for Rodriguez.
I thought he held up, but excellent sequencing, being able to play off that changeup. Now gets a slider, a tight slider. Ooh, Rich. Yes, he did go.
At some point, baseball will have a computer for that, and that's in the works, is the check swing.
But you're not out the woods right now, especially with Riley at the plate.
Albies still dancing from first. Riley, who's 0 for 2. He's bounced out and struck out looking. Holmes is gone, 5 scoreless. Rodriguez venturing into the 6th.
Rich, Riley is the key for me. His OPS is come down each of the last 4 years, but a couple years ago, you were talking about he was going to be a perennial dark horse every year at the third base position, be an MVP candidate. He has to return to form.
1-1. Good block by McCann. It could be as simple for Riley as good health, right? Core surgery last year, 102 games. He broke his hand in August of 2024. That kind of cut the season short. But yeah, you're right. Those core Braves, the guys that have been signed, will be here for a while. Trying to have a terrific year this year. And a healthy year. See Riley's last couple of seasons. 3-1. Albies still at first. Acuna still at third. And a sharp ground ball to short. Perdomo goes to Marte. And Eduardo Rodriguez has 6 scoreless in the books. Braves and Diamondbacks yet in the desert. Welcome back. Friday Night Baseball, Apple TV, presented by Verilux Lenses. Dontrell Willis, Heidi Watney, Rich Waltz with you. Chase Field, Phoenix. Look at that shot. Roof is open. Gorgeous night. Temperature started at 82. Grant Holmes checks in at 68 pitches. That's his 69th. As he gets the Diamondbacks here in the bottom of the 6th. He's not given up a hit. It's the second time in his career he's been able to get to the 6th without giving up a hit. He's got the bottom of the order to start with. Tim Tawa, who he walked back in the 3rd. Ketel Marte, and then Corbin Carroll. Scoreless game, 4 hits for the Braves. So this begs the question, what is Walt Weiss watching here? Is it purely pitch count? Is it stressful inning?
Obviously a combination of both, especially at this point in the ball game. He's going to roll over the lineup once again, so it's about a command and really velocity. Now he's down to 94, 95. He was 97, 98 earlier in the ball game. Obviously a little wear and tear, but for me, how many times you have to get up and down is just as important as pitch count.
2-2. Little tapper, slowly hit, tough play. Riley, bare hands, throws. Got him! And a sweet pick at first by Olsen.
He got gold sprinkled over there.
On both sides.
Wow.
Right?
Got gold sprinkled all around that infield. I mean, how do you not love baseball? This is high-level defense. Riley has one play, bare hands it, one hops it. Basically fires a changeup. And Olsen, like we see him do time and time again, one of the best pickers over there in baseball.
3 Gold Gloves for Olsen in his career. Liner into left, and that's the first hit. Marte is aboard. And so a base runner in a scoreless game. And now the teeth of the order with Carroll, Perdomo, and Moreno coming up.
Holmes finally made a mistake with the slider up. Marte recognizing it, allowing the baseball to travel deep. Nice piece of hitting. Says, ball's got to be down.
This is Carroll now, walked in the 4th, struck out in the 1st, looking for his first hit of this series. This is game 2 of the series. Last night the Braves in a runaway, 17-2, ran their record to 5-2. Ball and a strike. One's up. Braves bullpen, nobody throwing in earnest, but a lot of guys starting to loosen up, move around. Two-one, it's fouled, and the count's 2-2.
Nice pass by Carroll right there, getting the pitch right in the zone that he wanted. Swing this got a little quick throughout the zone.
The crowd here tonight with the roof open. A lot of humans in the vicinity with the women's Final Four just down the street. The semifinal Friday night. 2-2 pitch is high. One night in baseball you can have a laugher with a catcher pitching in the 9th. A 17-2 game. And then 24 hours later it's scoreless in the bottom of the 6th.
See Marte not move this one. Then excellent at bat by Carroll, and this is now you're seeing the danger zone. He's looking a little fatigued on the mound.
And now you're seeing the little more scurrying in the Braves bullpen. One of the new additions to the Braves coaching staff, Jeremy Hefner, highly regarded pitching coach. And now you got Perdomo with runners 1st and 2nd. Braves have Dylan Lee getting ready. Perdomo has popped to left, flied to center, and takes the strike.
Perdomo excellent in situational hitting. And Grant right now is trying to get him to hit the ball on the ground.
Ooh. That's a challenge.
Catcher's challenge in the pitch.
Jonah Heim. It looked like it was on the edge of the box. It was.
These catchers have been on it both sides, Heim and McCann.
Moreno on deck, then Arenado. 1st and 2nd for Arizona, and that's off the foot of Perdomo, or Jerry as they call him around the clubhouse. Geraldo. 0-2. Lines it foul. Perdomo really, I mean, he blossomed last year, but he's still an under-the-radar guy. WAR is a stat that wins above replacement is measured. He was the top position player in the National League in WAR last year. 0-2. Ground ball up the middle, backhanded by Ozzie. Dubon's turn is clean, and the Braves get the double play, and Holmes gets out of the inning. Arizona leaves a runner. Pitchers duel tonight. Grant Holmes for the Braves, Eduardo Rodriguez for the Diamondbacks, and this game is still scoreless. Onward, upward into the 7th inning. Braves with Eli White at the plate, Mauricio Dubon, and Michael Harris. This has been the spot in the Braves order that's been a really bright spot this year. You get down to the lower 3rd, and White is in the 6th spot, but Dubon hitting 7th. Rodriguez gets a strike there, and it's 1-1.
Well, they have athleticism in the bottom of the order, so that's always critical. You can turn over the lineup, especially for Acuna Jr. and company.
That one's fouled back and out of play. Last year, the Braves were one of the worst in baseball, 29th with their 7, 8, 9 hitters. Right now, they are 2nd in Major League Baseball in OPS, 7, 8, 9 hitters. Dominic Smith's done a lot of damage. Dubon, Harris has hit it hard down there. 1-2.
Talking about an organization that's won the division 6 of the last 10 years, so they're looking at this last year as an outlier and say, hey, let's come back a little bit healthier, especially with the position players.
See Juan Murillo getting ready in the bullpen for Arizona. 2-2. White hits a tapper out toward short. Perdomo charging on to first in time. Look back at our Adobe standout score. This is battling out of trouble against good hitters.
Getting tough in the right situations, but staying poised, getting the strikeout, and all of a sudden a ground ball. You are fired up. You're starting to see him grow up as a pitcher. It's not just power, it's execution. That's why he's been efficient all day long.
And this is a real shot in the arm for a rotation that's also waiting on the arrival of Merrill Kelly off the IL, with hopes that Corbin Burns mid-season can jump off the IL and certainly pick up the baton. Soroka looked great in his first start. Zach Gallen was brilliant last time out.
We've allocated a lot of money to this rotation.
If he can hear it, that's a pitch clock violation. Nah, if he can hit the pitch clock violation.
That's great dialogue.
I like that.
From the home plate umpire, Mike Estabrook. You can't feign, I didn't hear pitch clock. That's a violation. That's a 1-2 pitch, and now the count's 2-2, I believe. Yes. Dubon, big so far this year. He swings and misses, and he strikes out. And Eduardo Rodriguez looks like an ace right now. Back to our studio, Russell Dorsey. Russ, what do you got?
Rich, let's take you back out to the Bay. We find Marcus Semien, who crushes his first homer as a New York Met. That makes it a 4-0 game. Mets now lead 5-0. Juan Soto left the game with right calf tightness, guys.
Thank you, Russ. Here, no runs. Grant Holmes flirted with no hits. Gave up a single in the 6th. Got a double play and got out. Rodriguez has worked out of trouble twice in this one. And he's deep in the 7th inning here with 2 outs and nobody on.
Hold on, okay. Thank you, buddy.
Didn't save any runs from yesterday, Rich. What a well-thrown ball game from both of these starters right now. Very poised, and I love the mound presence from both of them.
Harris rolls it up the middle. Marte to his right, fires to first. Look at this from Eduardo Rodriguez. 7 shutout innings. 7th inning stretch, still scoreless.
It go boom, boom, back, yeah, we got it like that. Kick drum, hit your whole body go crack. Let the baseline move, take it off of the map. We rock crowds every time we react.
Yeah, those are the highlights of this game. It is scoreless. The pitching has been brilliant. Grant Holmes, last time he pitched in this ballpark, gave up 3 homers to Eugenio Suarez. And tonight he was outstanding. Gave up just the 1 hit. Braves go to their bullpen. Dylan Lee, a workhorse last year. Already his 4th appearance here. The bullpen, especially long relief, at times has been pretty good for the Braves so far this year as Moreno swings and misses, and that's what Walt Weiss was talking about, you play 13 games in a row at any point in the season, it's tough on your pen. You do it from the start of opening day, 13 straight games. That's short starts by starters. They're on short leashes, and more work for bullpens. And this ABS Challenge is powered by T-Mobile. Six of 6 challenges tonight have been overturned. Moreno, shallow right. And Acuna is there. Tough to miss him with the green spikes and the green glove.
I like him. I like him.
I do too.
He used to have the yellow with the red. Now he has it.
It would be like you look at him and you realize, you know how some stadiums the lights go out in a moment? You could still find Acuna, I think.
He wants to let everybody know I'm the star, baby.
Hold on, timeout.
And so Lee picking up where Holmes left off.
Uh-oh.
There's a delay while a fan is trying to elude security. And as usual, he doesn't. So while we wait for the culprit to be carted out of here, Play Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, include how to find a league near you, scan the QR code, go to playball.org, and follow @playball on X, Facebook, and Instagram. And kids, don't run out on the field. Maybe don't take your shirt off at a game either. Braves and Diamondbacks. Justin Upton, just saw him in Houston at the World Baseball Classic. He was hanging out with Chris Young behind the batting cage.
That's my guy. I see him more now on the golf course.
The fan has been taken out of the field of play and up into the stands and on his way to a holding tank, I would expect. Now, when you grew up at the Oakland Coliseum, you didn't want to do that.
No, you did not. Not pleasant, but we have a pleasant ball game and a big-time pitching matchup. One base hit, one home run could win it all.
Arenado takes a strike. He hit a seed to left for an out in the second, struck out in the fourth. Grinding, I noted that for both Santana and Arenado. And a swing and a miss there.
To me, Rich, he doesn't look comfortable with pitch recognition right now. It seems like he's guessing wrong, and I've been there as an athlete. When you're in between, it's not a good feeling right now. So he's just trying to shorten up that swing as best he can to barrel a baseball up.
To left, White is back and has it.
When he's locked in, especially in that count, Lee made a mistake with that slider. You're going to hit that ball to the seats, and so very important to get some. Lee almost thought he got enough of it. All right now just really searching for it. Very important to get some productivity from the corner positions in the infield.
Thomas rolls one into center field. That's a base hit. A two-out single here against Dylan Lee in the bottom of the seventh. That brings up James McCann. McCann has flied out twice. Thomas, although speedy, is not an accomplished base stealer.
especially with the left-handed pitcher that can directly look to first base. You're going to have to be sure about the jump if you want to take that bag. Uh-oh. Snap throw by Lee.
Old school. Last year, Thomas just 7 of 11 in stolen bases.
Nice little swim move. Nice size lead as well.
McCann swings and misses.
If you're the Diamondbacks, you need some productivity from the bottom of the order right now. There have been too many swing and misses by some of the veterans in key situations.
That would be a swing and a miss, and that would be Dylan Lee pitching a scoreless 7th. 8th inning on the way. Scoreless here. Braves and D-backs. Friday Night Baseball, Apple TV, presented by Essilor. Learn more about Verilux XR series. Find your local Essilor expert today at Essilor.com. And brought to you in part by Meineke, doing car care right. StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. Put a cap on Edward Rodriguez night.
Rodriguez was absolutely outstanding. You could see the pitch mix, the four-seam fastball at the top of the zone. Also, he relied heavily on the changeup. Really neutralized those right-handed and left-handed hitters because it didn't matter who was in the box. He was going to use that changeup to slow the hitter down and let the fastball play up.
New pitcher, new hitter. Juan Murillo throws a fastball by Mike Yastrzemski. Murillo's 5th game already. Yastrzemski to right towards the corner. That's a long run. Carroll slides, doesn't make the catch. That's a foul ball. He was playing way off the line, hanging out in the gap.
Got down early to avoid the contact to the wall. Just tipped off the glove. That would have been a phenomenal play in the huge first out. So that's all right. Good effort.
Yastrzemski, a terrific add to this Braves lineup. You add a guy like this. Excellent defender, And a left-handed bat, but he can't catch up to Murillo's fastball. And that's the first out of the 8th inning.
Murillo's fastball anywhere from 96 to 100 miles an hour. I got a chance to see this young man in a Dodger uniform when he was in the minor leagues. Throws the baseball with conviction. Also has a nasty hard changeup down, but that's his calling card, being able to get the fastball at the top of the zone.
Here's Acuna now. He's 1 for 3, and Murillo misses in. To finish, Eduardo Rodriguez, first time, 7 innings, no earned runs in a start since he was with Detroit, and that was at Oakland in 2023. Back to the mound. Murillo lets it go, and Marte makes the play.
Marte and Perdomo having a little laugh. Marte on the left side of the second base.
That's a really good up the middle.
Yes.
That combination.
It basically steals the baseball from him and still fires a strike across the diamond, but you see how talented and really how close this duo is.
Baldwin has a hit, hasn't scored a run. His streak is on the line, and he laces that one in the gap. Thomas running, diving, catching. Let's go. Gap to gap. Not many better in the big leagues than Alec Thomas.
We talked about it earlier in the ball game. These guys are athletic and they show range. Steak 48 on me.
Still scoreless in the desert. Baseball fan John Hamm returns. New season, his hit show, Your Friends and Neighbors. James Marsden joins the cast as a mysterious new neighbor, alongside returning stars Amanda Peet, Olivia Munn, and more. Your Friends and Neighbors Season 2 now streaming on Apple TV. Changes here. First for the Braves on the mound, Robert Suarez. He becomes pitcher number 3. Takes over for Dylan Lee. 6 innings, scoreless inning from Grant Holmes. Carlos Santana takes ball 2.
Robert Suarez, a huge pickup, had some depth in that bullpen.
As well, Mike Yastrzemski stays in the game. He's in left field. And Drake Baldwin, who was the DH, is behind home plate. That's a sky high. Thank goodness the roof is open. That was way up there. And Dubon takes care of it. And Santana is out number 1. Yeah, roof open. Gorgeous night here in Arizona. No runs, 4 hits for the Braves. No runs, 2 hits for the Snakes. Here is Tawa in the 9 spot. Singles by Alec Thomas and Ketel Marte, the only hits for Arizona. Tawa takes a strike.
No.
So the Braves lose their DH, and the pitcher spot is now in the 6th spot in the lineup. That's where Eli White was.
I just hit you by.
That's with Yaz out in left. And Baldwin behind the plate.
That's why it's very important to have catcher depth.
And they'll have even more depth. Sean Murphy played in a sim game on Wednesday, so his clock is rolling. And the hope is that he's back within at least a couple weeks. And at that point, you know, you can move Baldwin into the DH spot more, and that's, you know, something, flexibility they didn't have last year. Not just last year, but for the past few years, with Marcell Ozuna, who was very productive in that spot, and obviously is not a Brave this year. That one's hit hard down the line, and Riley fires to first in time. So yeah, the Braves could have 3 catchers, but with that open DH spot, it gives them maneuverability to get those guys at bats.
Also keeps Baldwin fresh. You know, I mean, those catchers back there in the course of the season, especially in hot Atlanta, you know, you can get banged up.
Yeah, right now Baldwin is the best offensive choice of that trio, with the way he swung it last year and the way he started this year. Here's Marte. Suarez, an all-star again last year, 2 years in a row. That with San Diego. That's a liner to right. And Acuna is out there. Man, quick outs for everybody. Tonight's 9th inning. Scoreless still.
Let's go!
That was a big play, a terrific catch. Robbing Drake Baldwin of extra bases. If he doesn't make that catch, that's probably 3 bases.
Baldwin's off to the races, but excellent jump off the bat. When we talked about early in the ball game, Everybody in that outfield can go get the baseball with the best of them.
Paul Sewald out of the bullpen gets the 9th for Arizona. And a swing and a miss by Albies. Sewald, a variety of breaking balls, most of them really good. Injury-filled year last year with the Guardians. Tigers acquired him.
Uh-oh.
To right and deep. If it's fair, it's gone. That's a homer. And the Braves grab the lead here in the 9th. Ozzie Albies, his 2nd in 2 nights here in Arizona. Eight innings of scoreless baseball from both sides, and Albies wakes everybody up with a bolt to right.
So important to this organization that the key guys step up this year and stay healthy all year. They will get back to the postseason. If Olsen posts, Riley posts, Albies, Cunha, they need all these guys to get 400 to 500 at bats. Critical.
Olsen takes inside, and it's 2-0.
Stood up on him.
Left center, deep, gone, back to back. Olsen homers in consecutive nights, just like Albies. Just like that, it's 2-0.
.107 off the bat. Wow.
Albies hugging the line. 386 feet there. Olsen, opposite field. One of the deepest parts of the park. And Sewald's world has been rocked here in the 9th. The Braves have hit 12 home runs. This is game number 8. 2nd in all of baseball in homers, coming in with 10. 1st in slugging, 4th in runs scored, 3rd in on base percentage. That's in all of baseball, not just the National League. The reaction from the Braves dugout to the Diamondbacks mound. Riley goes around.
Sewald usually gets swing and miss with that riding type fastball, but both times Olsen and Albies getting on top of that and not missing. Loud noises.
That went foul back. In the span of 4 pitches, 2 home runs for the Braves. Oh-2. Center field. Thomas back. Has it. That's the first out. Don't miss Messi and Inter Miami. The reigning MLS Cup champs take on Austin FC at the new world-class home new stadium in Miami. That's tomorrow, 7:30 Eastern, live on Apple TV. I've been to Camp Nou, which is home of FC Barcelona, but I've not been to New Stadium because it's a new stadium.
I see where you're going there.
Dominic Smith will get the at-bat, and boy, has he had a nice start as a Brave. And he takes strike 1 from Sewald. 2 runs across, back-to-back homers. Albies and Olsen. Smith has done a lot of damage near the bottom of the order for the Braves.
Well, he's someone that's had experience coming off the bench and hitting critical situations, and so really low heart rate. Someone that has power to the pull side.
Has hit safely in every game he's played this year, with a couple of home runs. First player in Major League history to hit a Grand Slam walk-off homer in his team debut.
Sewell trying to backdoor that slider. Nice piece of hitting, just trying to foul off and get another pitch by Smith.
1-2. Smith, a long-time big leaguer, his 10th season. He takes outside. A Los Angeles native. Giants last year, 63 games, the 5 homers, 6 years with the Mets. Boston, 9 games with the Reds. Giants last year for 63. And this was quite a moment. Welcome to Atlanta. 2-2 here. 1 out. And Sewell, a little emotion out there after giving up the back-to-back solo shots. Gets a fastball by him. And there's 2 outs.
Yeah, that's the spot he wanted to, and he set Smith up, slowing him down, tunneling that breaking ball, and all of a sudden the fastball running away. Has a little pep in his step, finally executing the sequence.
Torey Lovullo wants the baseball. Sewell exits. The pitching change for the Diamondbacks. The scouting report for the Braves. Follow the Major League Baseball season with the Apple Sports app. Get real-time scores, play-by-play straight to your iPhone lock screen, fast and simple. Download the Apple Sports app for free on the App Store today. Brian Thompson, Mauricio Dubon meet here in the ninth.
Challenging the pitch.
Dubon challenging. 6 of 6 overturned tonight.
The pitch is a strike.
All good streaks got to come to an end. Into the bat. Tawa in and there. The Braves are up for 2. Back-to-back homers. Ozzie Albies first. Matt Olson next. And they carry a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 9th on Friday Night Baseball in Arizona. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball may not be reproduced, retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. One of the most memorable World Series ever in 2001. The Diamondbacks, that combination of Randy Johnson and Curt Schilling. Gonzo's hit. Craig Counsell had a great postseason there as well. And the Diamondbacks winners there. Carroll swings and misses. Raisel Iglesias first pitch, and it's 1-1. Iglesias, a career high last year, 70 games, 29 saves, a 3.21 ERA. His third full year with the Braves. And this is year number 4.
Timeout.
And Iglesias here, appearance number 3, hasn't given up a run yet.
Very important arm in the back end, can change arm angle, velocity anywhere from 95 to 98 miles an hour.
Carroll hits a high fly ball into center field. Harris is there and under it and makes the catch. Iglesias enters at the teeth of the order for the Diamondbacks, but it's a Diamondback order that's been rather quiet both last night and tonight. Geraldo Perdomo and then Gabriel Moreno. If either of those two reach, you've got Arenado. You've also got Jose Fernandez, the right-handed bat, on the bench as well. And Iglesias whips that one, a fastball, and misses. It's 1-0. Back-to-back home runs in the top of the inning. Ozzie Albies and Matt Olson. Only 2 runs of the game. 1-1.
Iglesias also works at a very fast pace.
One and 2. Perdomo fouls it back to the screen. Perdomo trying to slow the pace, uses his timeout to count 1-2. Braves with a chance to go 6-2. opening up their first road trip with 2 wins. Fastball misses, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Iglesias with that running action fastball, running away from Perdomo. Good job taking that pitch at the top of the zone.
2-2 on a hop. Albies to first. For the Diamondbacks, it's been all or nothing. They opened against the Dodgers and were swept in 3. Came home and then swept the Tigers. Beat Tarek Skubal. Zach Gallen outdueled him in a 1-0 win. But here they are on the cusp of losing the first 2 of this 4-game set. Moreno takes down low.
They ran into a buzzsaw in Holmes tonight. He was absolutely outstanding and went pitch for pitch with Rodriguez.
Grant Holmes 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs. Pitches out and it's 2-0. Arenado's on deck. That's a strike. That's a strike. And the count evens at 2-2. Again, the Braves opened their season with 13 straight games. And so far, so good.
A lot of talk about the bullpen and the uses, but if you can have a starter go 6 or 7, huge.
It's fouled and not held by Baldwin. 2-2.
That starts with being efficient, earning the manager's trust to be able to navigate the lineup and go through the lineup at least twice. Sometimes that's a lost art because now the starters are coming out in the 4th or 5th inning, but it's a weapon.
Pop up, this should do it. Albies out, Acuna in, and Acuna calls him off and makes the catch, and the Braves go 8 scoreless until that guy goes deep down the right field line, and then that guy goes opposite field. Back-to-back homers in the 9th, the only 2 runs of the night, and the Braves are off to a sizzling start with the bats. The pen's been very good, and you know what? So far, the starting pitching, as injured as it is, has been pretty good as well. The Braves are now 6-2, D-Train.
Talking about Holmes having a real opportunity, especially with all the injuries. The rotation guys that are healthy have to step up. But you're seeing styles make fights. I said it in the pregame show. They won a ball game yesterday with 17 runs, and all of a sudden now we have this speed in this pitching matchup. They grind, they get contact, and the key guys in their lineup, we're going to hammer that all year long. They have to stay healthy. Albies and Olsen both factored in that ball game today, and that's why they're shaking hands right now.
Remember, there were no runs in this game into the 9th. Albies pulled one down the right field line, and it stayed fair. Olsen followed 2 pitches later and dropped one into left center field. 426. That is, it's not just an Oppo taco. That's like an Oppo burrito. Ozzie Albies is down below with our Heidi Watney.
Yeah, Ozzie, it took a while for anyone to score, but you broke through with that home run. How were you able to get to Seawald tonight?
Oh, I mean, you know, I was looking. I chased a slider in the dirt first, a sweeper, and then I was like, let him bring something up in my zone so I can, you know, put a better swing on it, and he did.
All right, that was a milestone hit because you passed Tommy Holmes and Brian McCann for 10th in franchise history in extra base hits. You wanted the ball. What does that mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot. I mean, after I hit it, they told me, hey, you did that. Do you want the ball? I said, yes, definitely. You know, that's a nice souvenir to put in the collection at home.
Yeah, well, nice pitch, great pitch game, Grant Holmes. What did he do for you guys tonight?
Oh, he did a lot. You know, he had a good streak going, and he had, like, I think, no-hitter through 5 and something like that, 6. I mean, he did great, and, you know, that's what he does. He attacked hitters and pitched good for us, so amazing job by him tonight.
You guys are off to a much better start than last year, 6-2 on the year. What's been the difference for you guys?
No, we just having fun and be, you know, together as a team, and I think that's the difference. We just, you know, united together and go play baseball and have fun.
When you cross the plate, you grab your necklace and you kiss it. What is that for?
My dad, always. I mean, I rock his face because, you know, I lost it early in my career, but he means a lot to me, and, you know, he was the one that always helped me go to the fields and be better every single day.
That's special. Thanks, Ozzy.
Thank you.
That's very cool, Heidi. Nice job tonight. Albies with that right hand outstretched. Terrific pitching until the ninth. Paul Sewald out of the bullpen. Ozzy Albies out of the ballpark. Matt Olson would follow, and the Braves win at 2-0. We're back in Phoenix after this.